talk about one important thing, and I see a great opportunity. I think Mheshimiwa Waigara, you asked on Murigara. Sorry.
Murugara.
Murigara. George, Sir George, on your question on training for mining. How do we achieve, for example, how do we attain 10% contribution GDP? We must do what other countries did. Train our people. There's also an opportunity. If you went to some countries, you will see a mining bank. A bank that focuses only on mining. Yes. So for us to achieve all that, real work must be done. And I want to assure you, it begins with capacity building. We must train the people. So, Mr. Speaker, on Junet, it's again opulence and show off banner. I don't need to show off. What you have, you have. What you don't, you don't. And you should be cautious of others. You should be cautious of others.
We should end there. Showing off actually is a sign of inferiority complex.
But I wanted to end with the one comment on Junior. I heard him yesterday say something. I heard him say that being rich is not a crime. And also I heard him say, I don't know whether Kimani Ichungwah shared his audited account. I heard him say Kimani Ichungwah is worth 5 billion shillings. So, brother...
Kimani contested that he had understated
that's what I heard yesterday.
Yes.
I saw it on TV somewhere. So I end here, Mr. Speaker. So I had a formal, like a point plan, Mr. Speaker.
But Speaker, you must tell the nominee, just like him, I don't show off.
In fact, nobody can tell that you are worth anything.
Mr. Speaker, and that must be the culture in Kikuyu constituency.
Nominee, we are coming to an end. Naisula has asked me to remind you to respond to the issue of your public statement never to talk to your appointing authority. Although I told you that only fools don't change their mind, but in Naisula I would want the public to hear from you.
Sasa, Naisula, do you want to repeat the statement for me? Atuwezi ongea? How?
Let me say this.
I understand.
No, but let me say this for clarity, Chairman. You know, apart from asking questions during vetting for competence, what you understand about mining and all, we also vet the temperament of a nominee, the same way you've been asked about lifestyle. It's neither here or there, really. But even temperament of a nominee is very important because it shows your leadership skills. Initially you thought this, and now you're here. There's really nothing wrong with answering how you're going to relate with His Excellency the President when you're working.
Excellent.
So, Mr. Speaker, if I may quote, the statement went like, mimi nionge na Ruto nini? Mimi niende wapi na Ruto? Mr. Speaker, hakuna mtu ameeleza vizuri kukuliko. Mpumbavu pekee yake ndo abadilishe mawazo. Mtu mpumbavu. Pili, hii ni clarion call to serve the country. I have been a great critic of this government, like others I did before. Now I've been given an opportunity. An opportunity has been availed to me to come and create that difference that I've been talking about all this time. And that is exactly what I'm going to do. Bring new energy, new ideology, new thinking, because after all of us are serving one nation, one people.
Well put.
That will do. Other members, now nominee, we are coming to an end. Most of the people, members of the public sending in questions, all oscillate around what will you do to create safety in the mines? What will you do to protect the population from disused mines? What will you do to protect our fishermen from harassment by neighbors? What will you do to make it safe for our fishermen to handle their produce or their products when they come back? And what will you do to make mining part of the central core of Kenya's economy? These are all things we have talked about, but the public would want to hear that we brought to you what they wanted. There is one man from Kwale who says, uliza waziri mteule, ngoja kidogo, ataweka mikakati gani kuhakikisha kituo cha mafunzo cha uchumi zamawati kilichoko wadi ya Ngomeni, kaunti ya Kwale, kinakamilika kwa muda unaofaa. I think the next, I'll still ask you say one or two things. We want you to assure Kenyans, nominee, that if you find favor and you are appointed the minister, within what period will you be able to make Kenyans feel the benefits and the contribution of mining to our economy? We are a major agricultural country. So is a country like the US. But in the US, agriculture contributes only 1% to their GDP. In Kenya, it is the complete opposite. And they do that because they are in manufacturing, in mining, value addition, and all those good economic activities. Secondly, ensure that Kenyans participate in this exciting new economic venture. Assure Kenyans that you are not going to be, if approved, to be working for international conglomerates to come to Kenya, appear to be generating economic activities but taking away all our wealth. We want to see mining being part of the central feature of our economy. Thirdly and lastly, for the seafarers and those who are now going to work on international ships, you may consider, because most of those seafarers will work in ships of major shipping and maritime countries: Korea, China, Spain, and others. You may consider, and Germany you talked earlier, to introduce basic language courses at our college in Mombasa in these languages, so that when they graduate, they have a basic knowledge of German, of Korean, or Chinese, or Mandarin, or whatever. Thirdly and lastly, you may also consider sometimes, if a seafarer goes to a Spanish shipping line and produces a certificate that's a collaboration between our college and some college in Spain, it gives confidence to those who are employing. So you may consider partnering our institution with as many other institutions worldwide as possible to ease the process of our youths getting certificates and being considered for employment. Finish those, then I come to...
Can I say one from a Kenyan speaker?
Oh, there is